In this video, I'm going to show you how you can generate a graphical representation of the welds in your ShipConstructor project using Navisworks, as well as how Navisworks continues to be linked to the marine information model. So as you continue to having changes in ShipConstructor, they will be reflected automatically in Navisworks. So the first thing to do is to open up a weld management drawing that you've already created, which really contains the welds that you want to investigate or to see the progress of. So as you can see here, it very quickly created a graphical representation of the drawing that I just opened. I won't get into too much Navisworks, as I suspect the majority of you are familiar with it. Mainly that if you select a part, it has all the ShipConstructor properties, as well as if I select these weld components, I have all the properties for my weld in Navisworks. So next thing to do is to open up a search set. So these search sets would probably be already predefined. You probably have one per project or one per organization. And the reason being is that the weld statuses are user customizable, so it all depends on how you define your weld statuses in ShipConstructor, that you would create a search set that would follow them. So I only have a few selected statuses, such as failed, passed, welded, and modeled. So with these search sets, I'm able to select my welds using them. So if I want all the modeled ones, it'll select me all the modeled ones, all the passed ones, or even all the failed ones. So as you can see here, with these welds that are in Navisworks, they're all color-coded, and currently they're color-coded to the weld standards. And it really gives a very nice look of my assembly here, where I can quickly see what weld standards are applied to what locations. So it communicates a lot of information. So all the green ones are the same staggered intermediate with their various properties, and then the yellow ones are different properties of butt weld and so forth. So I can communicate that information relatively quickly. But what we're really looking for is trying to communicate the progress of my weld. So I want to very quickly see which ones have failed, which ones have passed, and so forth. So the way that we do this, or one of the several ways of doing this, is that you can use the Navisworks appearance profiler. So what I do here is I would load a profile that I've already saved, and all it really is it creates a color code for all my selection sets that I have defined here. So all my failed ones I want red, all my passed ones I want green, modeled, and installed. So again, because they're user configurable per project, or even per organization, that you just have to create one of these, and then you can always import them. It's not for every single time that you create this file. So once I have my appearance profile and my selection sets, I can now run my profiler, and what will happen will be that it will change the color of all my parts, of all the welds, and as well as my parts, which I have defined here. So very quickly I can see my progress of my welds. I know which ones have been modeled but not installed. I know the green ones have been modeled as well as welded and inspected and passed the inspection. I know my purple ones here have been installed but haven't been inspected, and then I can see my red ones here that have some errors, or they failed the weld inspection. So one thing I want to show also is how this is connected to the marine information model, and how changes happen in ShipConstructor are automatically reflected in here. So to show you this, I'm going to select one of these welds and go to ShipConstructor. So using the switchback command, I can automatically go to ShipConstructor, and it selects my component that I selected in Navisworks, and as well as brings me into the exact same view that was in my Navisworks. So right now I'm in the weld management drawing, which I opened, and if I open up the weld manager, as I select these welds, it actually will select it in the weld manager. So it gives me a very easy way to select the welds and manage the welds. So what I'll do here is that I believe this is the one that was failed. So there's a weld here that actually failed. So if I actually change the status here to be welded, and I apply the changes, and then save the drawing and update. So you can see that I had the changes. When I updated the drawing, I accept these changes, and now my head drawing has reflected the new status of just welded. So if I save the drawing and I go back to Navisworks, so it hasn't reflected yet, mainly because I have this drawing open. So there's two ways that I can do it. I can close the drawing and reopen this Navisworks file that I've already created, which would keep all the selection sets and my appearance profile, or I can just simply hit refresh, which would refresh the information. And then I would just have to run my profiler again. And as you can see, it changed it from failed to welded. Very easy. Shows you how that you can create this graphical representation of your progress of your welds, as well as how it continues to be linked to your marine information model. So as someone else is making changes to your welds, they will be reflected in this drawing by simply hitting refresh or even just opening the drawing.